So, why do you think carpentry is important?
Well, at this time, carpentry is so important right here in this area because of all the fires that we've been having in California the last 2 or 3 years in a row. It's like thousands and thousands of homes have been destroyed, and insurance companies are paying general contractors to rebuild all of those homes. And so there's a pipeline of graduating seniors coming out of high school going into the trades to fill that demand.
So, after high school, where would I go?
Well, there are all sorts of training programs available to graduating high school students in the area. First of all, there are two types of companies probably that you would go to work for as a carpenter. It would be a union shop or a non-union shop. And I have no bias. I don't prefer union to non-union or the other way around. The pay scale is all over the place, but the training programs that you could benefit from would include on-the-job training with a non-union shop, or they even have training programs for non-union shops also. Then there's getting into the union and going through an apprenticeship program. That's like a 3 to 5 year program to become a journeyman carpenter. And then the third one, there's something called TIP, the Training Inductions Program, which is held, I believe, over at the Chadbourne Road facility at the Carpenters Union Hall. Actually, it floats around in the area. And any one of those would provide you with training and help you get a foot in the door to becoming a carpenter or starting a career as a carpenter.
Okay. How much would it cost me to do all this stuff?
Well, that's the good news. All of these training programs are free. Okay, you don't have to pay anything for any of them. So if you go through an extensive training program for a non-union shop, that non-union shop is going to pay for that training, so you don't have debt when you finish the program. Same thing with union apprenticeship programs. The union pays for you to go to school, and then when it comes to just learning on the job, OJT, then you wouldn't pay anything for that either. You would just be taught by whoever it was you were working with. And the progress there's probably a little bit slower than a formal training program, but in the long run, you'll still learn what you need to know in order to become a good carpenter. And when it comes to how much money you can make, just to say there's a huge demand for skilled trades workers, and the economic rule of supply and demand dictates that workers are going to get paid more right now because it's harder for employers to find them. So when they do find a good employer, a good employee, in this case you, they're going to want to pay you enough to motivate you to stick around. And usual starting wages for a beginning carpenter, a non-union company would probably be somewhere between $15 and $20 an hour, and an apprentice in the union would be $18 to $22 an hour. And then as the years pass, you get increases in wages until finally you're making somewhere between $35 and $60 an hour at the journeyman level.
Is there any more comments you'd like to make?
Nothing other than I admire you for pursuing a career in construction. It's something that you can get started on right away, and you won't burden yourself with debt that you would incur if you were going to go through a 4-year college program. And that's a good way to start your life out, is to not have any debt.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.